I'm Pastor Grant, and I hope that you'll join us at one of our campuses this weekend. We're one church with locations all across Hampton Roads and online around the world. So if you're looking for a church home that prioritizes engaging worship and Bible teaching, then this church is for you. Welcome home. So you come this Sunday and experience for yourself what we say, it's not just church, it's life.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Jimmy Fay for your personal price plan today.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that silky, smoothie, creamy, dreamy Papa sauce. Give me that crispy, cuppy, oldie, foldy, pepperoni popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Crispy, cuppy, roni trio before it's gone. Papa John's.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollars hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home! Scatter!
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts. But there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our Smart Checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your Smart Checking account today.
Prior to exercising outside in the heat, there's a couple things to always think about. First, always making sure that you properly hydrate with water. And this can be up to a couple days even prior to exercising. If you start feeling run down, not feeling right, make sure you take a break. If we do start getting to the point where your symptoms are getting worse and you're not feeling right, it will be very important to seek medical attention. Again, getting the body temperature down and getting your hydration back up and resting appropriately.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey, sweetie, how was practice?
My mom was a cheerleader in school. She knows how intense it can be. That's why she always keeps me well fed.
Girls. Oh, hey, Miss J. Come on, team, we got this. Let's go. Hey, honey, have some.
I may have picked basketball over pom-poms, but Mom, I still got the world's best cheerleader rooting me on.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Football Club. Newport News. Our match officials tonight are Michael Sevilla, Scott Mitchell, Samuel Joseph, and Steve Schindler. Thanks, let's give a big round of applause to tonight's ball games from Smithfield Soccer Club. Visitors from Winchester, the Virginia Marauders. First, number 1, Thomas Vespuso. Number 3, Ben Torres. Number 5, George Kalam. Number 6, George Davis. Number 9, Luke Parker. Number 10, James Collins. Number 15, Abdul Muhammad Mohammed. Number 14, Jose Alvarado. Number 16, Fernando Salvo. Number 17, Israel Monsanto. Number 18, Trevor Richardson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Lionsbridge FC asks that we all join together to honor the United States of America with the singing of the Star Spangled Banner performed tonight by Miss Taryn Wheeler.
It's Championship Saturday here at TowneBank Stadium in Newport News. Nathan Epstein alongside Austin Urch to bring you the Lionsbridge FC against the Virginia Marauders. And what is at stake today is a third straight Chesapeake Division Championship. Lionsbridge FC, it's been an up and down season, but tonight they have a chance to finish exactly how they want. Nathan Epstein alongside Austin Urch. So here are the scenarios, Austin. A win, and that's it. The Lionsbridge FC, three-time Chesapeake Division champions. A tie, and things get interesting. A tie opens the door for Virginia Beach FC, which is in a battle with Charlottesville today. A tie by Lionsbridge and a win by Virginia Beach means Virginia Beach is your Chesapeake Division champions. And finally, a loss by Lionsbridge and a win by Virginia Beach. And Virginia Beach is the champion. But overall, this is exactly why you play your season, and this is exactly the kind of position you want to leave yourself in if you're Lionsbridge.
Absolutely, and for Lionsbridge, this is a team that they faced for earlier in the season. It was a big victory, 5-1 for them. Kirkwood scored a hat trick, so an impressive showing for the boys in blue that time out. It was at the Virginia Marauders. This time it's here in front of their home crowd. Lifted the trophy last week after a draw, but a big opportunity to really get that three-peat here in front of a big home crowd.
And a big home crowd, thankfully, that the weather has moved out of the area. It has been a really rainy and stormy last few days here in Hampton Roads and in Newport News and everywhere here in the 757. Lionsbridge, though, trying to rein in a third straight Chesapeake Division Championship. And Bridge, the boys in blue, wearing the blue kits. And the Virginia Marauders wearing the visiting yellow kits. In goal today will be Tyler Hogan. And Tyler has been pretty spectacular in goal. What are we expecting from him today, Austin?
I honestly don't think it's very tested too much. I think the rest of the field players for Lionsbridge know what's at stake. They know they want to win to guarantee that championship. And again, in front of this big crowd, a disappointing result last time out against Virginia Beach United. I think they're going to be amazing from the very first result.
And the ball is in play, and we are ready to roll here at the bank. Ngobu is getting the start today. He hasn't started many matches so far today, Austin. But again, I know I keep harping on it, but Claudel Ngobu has been one of those players that has developed so beautifully this entire season and has really become a rock-solid player at the wing and in the midfield.
He's really been spectacular, including scoring the first goal last time for Lionsbridge. It was the game time goal for them against Patuxent that set them up here for this championship on this Saturday afternoon evening contest. And he's been spectacular whole season long. Anytime he's been put in the lineup, he's really delivered.
And Sam Hall tackled to the floor, but no foul called, so they play on. Sam Hall, the captain, the all-time leading scorer in Lionsbridge FC history, gets the start on the left side. Matthew Kirk is in the midfield alongside Dimitri Turner. And Lionsbridge maybe have something going here. The feed to the middle, and Ngobu had a touch just a little wide. The feed there delivered by Harry Lovett, who gets the start this afternoon.
Their perfect positioning just didn't get his foot down in time to prevent that from going to Claudel. But I think he's going to be eager, as well as Chisholm up top. It's been two of them very strong seasons for the start. And I think we're going to be expecting some big things here tonight.
Yeah, Claudel Ngobu, only one goal in league on the season, almost made it two there, and I think you're right. He almost looked like he was surprised by where he was in the 6-yard box. Goal kick sent away, and it's won by Bridge. Trying to keep possession, and here we go. And a beautiful takeaway by David Matarazzi.
Quite a few cards in the Virginia Marauders game. Here for the Bridge.
Kirk, the feed, knocked away over the end line, and that will result in a goal kick. Last touch by Bridge.
Nearly the opener, just a couple minutes in, but I was saying a physical contest from the Marauders last time that they played. picked up, I believe it was 6 cards, one of them being a red card in the 24th minute. Almost every single game that they've played, they've really brought the aggression, brought the tempo, and we'll see if Lionsbridge can answer that here. They're a team that picks up fouls, Lionsbridge is, but we'll see if they can kind of rein it in, be a bit more self-controlled and reserved as we head towards the playoffs. Lionsbridge in the playoffs, they're definitely going to need to play with a lot of discipline.
Maybe something going here for the Marauders. Only 3 goals scored in this starting lineup for the Marauders. Not much firepower. And we were talking before the broadcast, Austin, about the kind of role the Marauders can play here. They have lost their last 2 games, and let's just say it hasn't been pretty. The Marauders have played both Charlottesville and Virginia Beach FC. And those 2 games they lost by, they actually played Virginia Beach and Northern Virginia. And they lost both of those games by a combined 15-1. And so you have to think there could be a strong amount of pride on the line here. Isaiah Chisholm tries to chase it down, nowhere near it. And to keep, Thomas Viscuso corrals it just inside of his box and back to play for the Marauders. But you have to think the Marauders, if they have some pride left, are going to try to play spoiler here tonight.
It's definitely one of those worrying games where you come into it, the other team has had 2 really hard losses, and that can either light a huge fire underneath them, or they can just be ready to get that season over with. And I think that this might be a chance really for the Marauders to play spoiler and come up with a huge result.
Jasper Winslow able to keep it in bounds. Still playing with it. Winslow just sends it well over the net, and that goes back to the Marauders. And already we've seen a few chances, and Gobu was inside the 6-yard box on a feed from Harry Lovett. And we've already seen a couple of opportunities for Lionsbridge, and that's something that we've seen play out the last couple of home games here, is the boys in blue really come out strong. It's just a matter of finishing goals.
Right, they've certainly had quite a few chances, especially in the first half. However, it's really led to a lack of goals going the other way. It looks like it'll be a throw-in here for Lionsbridge.
And Isaiah Chisholm is down on the turf. Looks to be in some pain. I didn't see what happened there. While we wait to see what's going on with him, the Lionsbridge FC awaits to see the status of their teammate. Chisholm finally got back in the scoring column against Virginia Beach FC with that massive game-tying goal against Virginia Beach. And by the way, going back to that game, I know it was a disappointing result in the eyes of head coach Chris Wally, but how big was that game-tying goal considering it allowed them to only gain 1 point? The throw-in in the box. Isaiah Chisholm was right there. Still in play for Bridge. And still nothing going. Bridge has to retreat and reset. But going back to that, how big was that? That's the difference between gaining a point and losing 3.
Absolutely. We would certainly not be in the situation that we are now if it was Virginia Beach that won that game. I think that they would definitely have all the momentum in their hands to win the title in their current matchup tonight, and even a win for Lionsbridge wouldn't mean really anything. Yes, they'd be in the playoffs, but they wouldn't have that title, or at least the opportunity to win it.
Joey Gonzalez saves it from going out of bounds, and now Tyler Hogan sends it away. Chisholm using that big frame of his, boxes his man out. A lot of contact, no call. Feed to the middle, Matthew Kirk. Let's see what he can do with it. Sam Hall. The strike. Oh, saved and knocked away. Kirk still with it. He'll try it. Left foot, and it's saved. Escuso snatches it out of the air. A brilliant chance by Matthew Kirk.
This was a great positioning, though. Recognized the opportunity was there for Kirk. Quickly stepped a couple steps back, but put him in the perfect spot to make sure that he was able to hold on to it, keep things level here early on.
Headed out of bounds by Gonzalez, and that'll be a throw-in for the Marauders. Very hot and humid outside, but still ends up being a beautiful evening and a very welcome sight considering how many storms and rain we've seen in the area over the last day and a half. Kind of worried that this game would be a possibility, but thankfully it is, and Lionsbridge fighting for that 3rd straight Chesapeake Division Championship. Ball sent in and knocked away by Lovett.
A couple exciting pictures posted online from Lionsbridge showing a bit of a muddy practice, and remembering back to my days as a player, that was always one of the fun ones. Everyone's sliding around, you're having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't really care that you're wet, you don't care that you're dirty. Everyone out there having a good time.
I would much rather take, if I remember my days as a player, I would always take the soggy, muddy days as opposed to the cold days at the early part of the season in February when you're practicing in 25 and 30 degrees and that ball feels like you're kicking a rock.
Especially just taking that right off your foot, 100% block, chance for the Marauders. One of their earliest chances here at this contest, 9 minutes in, but really no threat coming the way of Lionsbridge. Defense doesn't have to do all too much to come out of their own territory. But I certainly remember those as well, those late night practices, early mornings, and it is freezing out there. Definitely a change here today.
Bridge on the run. Matthew Kirk, the feet ahead and too far ahead for Ngobu. That was a great run by Lionsbridge.
They're knocking on the door. Full transition for the Bridge. They get back down on the other end of the field. Chance for them to keep the ball over here, sustain a bit more pressure. The clearances for the Marauders haven't been too successful so far. It was a dangerous header that didn't even leave their own box on that last chance for Lionsbridge. Quick restart for the boys in blue, and they look to keep their foot on the gas.
First foul of the game called, and this one goes by way of Lionsbridge. And here comes Matthew Kirk. A reset back to Gonzalez, still on the Marauders' side of the field. No score, 9th minute. Sam Hall, maybe a lazy feed to the middle, easily picked off, and Marauders work back the other way.
Big interception for the Marauders, but they really can't take advantage of what they were given. As we get a whistle blown, and it's going the other way.
And that'll give possession back to Lionsbridge FC. As Austin mentioned, the last time these two teams played, it was a 5-1 win for the boys in blue. Feed to nothing but yellow for Gonzalez. Still in the air. Finally on the ground for Lovett. Midfield, and Lott has the start. First time he started in a few games. Sam Hall, near side. Let's see if he can present a good feed, and Gobu's waiting. The header on the ground! And Matthew Kirk is just wide. Another brilliant chance for Lionsbridge. Still no score, 10 minutes in.
Picture perfect shot for him. Just didn't quite wrap his foot all the way around the ball to send that one on target. Might have had the goalkeeper beat as well. Really tough to tell from this angle, but again, Lionsbridge knocking on that door. I think it's only a matter of time before that door opens up.
Matthew Kirk has a few goals to his credit this season. And Vascuso, who has been busy in the net so far today, sends it away. Nothing but blue jerseys there. Materazzi wins it, quickly taken back by the Marauders. Israel Monsanto. Gonzalez, double teamed, has to turn, and only thing he can do is sends it out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for the Marauders.
Good quick thinking from Hogan and goal there, indicating that that ball needs to go out towards the sideline. It can't come back across the middle. We'll take a throw in there rather than an attempt on target.
Abdul Rahman Muhammad with it, and he is hassled by Jasper Winslow. Excellent defense by the defenseman from Los Angeles. 11th minute, no score. At least 3 solid scoring chances for Lionsbridge. A strike from Matthew Kirk, 2 strikes from him actually, one with the right foot, one with the left. Masuso way out of his box. No threat there by Lionsbridge, and goalkeep to goalkeep. Tyler Hogan swallows it up.
Hogan on the right side of the field on the picture, looking into the sun, so I think it could be a good chance for the Marauders to try and take advantage of that here if they get any chances in the first half. Of course, second half, side switch, they won't have that opportunity, that little bit of an assist from the sun. Those balls in the air.
Isaiah Chisholm, past the keep, he's taken down. No call, or is there one? And really, what a great job by Isaiah Chisholm to stay onside. Nobody covered him when he was making that fast break and manages to stay onside. It was definitely a goal waiting had the keep not made a move. Did the only thing he could, drew the yellow card, and now here comes guess who? The captain, the all-time leading scorer in Lionsbridge FC history. 6 goals on the season, a 7th. Lionsbridge takes the early lead. Here comes the all-time leading goal scorer in club history for a reason. The team captain steps up and steps into one. Puts Bridge up 1-0 in the 13th minute of play here at the bank. The fans, first big chance to score all night, and they're hoping for a lot more of that as we get things moving, as we're now in the 14th minute, and the boys reset. 1-0, Lionsbridge leads it.
With good reason. There's quite a few players who are able to use their speed and skills to get around defenders and even the goalkeeper, pick up those penalties inside the 18-yard box, and give Hall great opportunities like that.
And I know I mentioned it, but I think it's worth repeating just what a job Isaiah Chisholm did of staying onside. That feed was delivered beautifully, and Chisholm could have easily overreacted and stepped offside with a one-on-one opportunity against the goalkeeper.
That was a problem that we saw earlier in the season, a little bit of evenness or over-evenness from Chisholm and Ngugu, as well as a couple other players on the squad who have those speed, they have those legs that can really get them in behind defenders. This time it's better to see that little bit of patience coming to pay off in a big way.
And this time it's Iago Lott taken down, and that draws the foul. Iago Lott, the midfielder from the UK, plays at University of Maryland, Baltimore County. 7th goal of the season for Sam Hall. 1-0, Lionsbridge leads it, looking for more. Bridge keeps up the pressure, Materazzi. Back to the midfield, it's Turner. A little bit of space, a flick to Sam Hall. Can't catch up to it, well defended by the Marauders.
Hall just runs out of room over on the near sideline, and it caught him off guard. The amount of spin on that ball from Turner, a good look though. Great positioning from Turner to be isolated, middle of the field. An excellent chance to redistribute either way. Good look for the Bridge, but again, couldn't capitalize. Marauders get a little bit of a lucky break because it looks like that ball never went in. So they'll get a second chance to take this throw in. Not too often you see that above youth soccer, but here we are, USL 2 championship Saturday, and a big opportunity for Lionsbridge. Up 1-0 already. Again, a win secures them that three-peat for the Chesapeake Division Championship.
We were talking for the Marauders. We had a few number changes before the game starts, and maybe a chance for the Marauders. Jose Alvarad into the box, through a double team, and he'll take a shot, and it's saved. Rejected by Hogan.
Busy of a night for Hogan, but they're a great chance for the Marauders to get on the board, equalize things, but Hogan stands strong.
Alvarad, one of those 3 goal scorers in the starting lineup for the Marauders. He's got 1 league goal on the season and almost made it 2 there, but Hogan has been so stout all season long and stands strong there. Sent back in, the Marauders back to work. Quickly taken away, a nice tackle there by the boys in blue, but not enough as it goes back to the Marauders.
I'm looking for here is usually when you get a chance down at the other end, it kind of sparks your whole team, breathes a bit of life in you, even after going down a goal. We'll see if that can really translate here for Virginia Marauders. Keep the pressure on and take some more chances against Lionsbridge.
Excellent counterattack. The feed to Ngobu by Sam Hall, but he can't get past Benjamin Torres. Great defense there by the 23-year-old. And Jasper Winslow is set to feed it back in. Ngobu just outside the box. Back out of bounds, and another throw-in coming for the Bridge.
Torres wearing the captain's armband, certainly doing a great job these last couple of plays. The sequence for the Marauders doing well to hold Ngobu over on the far sideline, limit it to just throw-ins for now. But Lionsbridge again continuing to knock on that door. A great chance.
The throw-in high to Sam Hall, and a header couldn't get too much on it, and an easy save for Vescuso.
So now it's a great opportunity for the Marauders. They have possession, and it's almost guaranteed, but a long pass over through the middle of the field might send that away for them.
Whistle, and looks like we're going the other way. 18th minute of play. It's a 1-0 Lionsbridge lead. Isaiah Chisholm fouled in the box. Yellow card on the goalkeep. Thomas Vescuso, and Sam Hall has it now. Stepped up and buried the penalty kick. And here we stand 1-0.
That last ball for the Marauders, a little bit of a wasted opportunity to say the least. They tried to cut out almost a third of the field going in the air through the middle of the field, and I just don't think that's the right way for them to be playing here this afternoon.
Isaiah Chisholm, nothing there. Back out Ngobu. He's got space to work with. And Ngobu with a right-footed strike almost puts it top left corner.
Ngobu looking to make it 2 goals in 2 games here. Almost very good look for him. Just struck that a little bit too much curve, bending it away from the goal. I think the Marauders, again, they've got a goal kick here. More than likely they'll have to send it down the middle of the field, but I'd love to see them try and bring the ball up all the way into the midfield from their own half inside their 18. Start from the very back, just a very basic style of play, but I think it could play dividends for them instead of trying to go over the top. These Lionsbridge defenders, they certainly have a lot of size and aggression in the middle of the field, and it hasn't really bode well for the Marauders so far here this afternoon.
And Isaiah Chisholm tracks it down, bodies up his defender, the feed to the middle! Oh, Matthew Kirk! As good of a look as he's gonna get. Falls down and punches the ground in frustration. Phenomenal positioning for the middle of the field. Good delivery.
Again, Kirk can't convert, and now he's starting to shake his hand a little bit. Maybe he's feeling that one. The emotions got the better of him.
That's one where the adrenaline is pumping so hard, you don't really care what you punch. You just got to punch something, but then about a minute later, you're going, okay, my hand kind of hurts a little bit.
Twice about it next time. Perhaps it will be a little bit of air punch next time. It's, again, opportunities galore for Kirk, middle of the field, and I think we might see a goal out of him here this afternoon.
Brilliant cross by Sam Hall. Jasper Winslow on the run inside the box. Dimitri Turner tries his luck at it. Knocked out of bounds, and it was deflected off a Bridge player. So that's a goal kick for the Marauders.
Had a cheeky touch there to try and just redirect the ball to the opposite corner where Vescuso was cheating, but I think Turner just had a better look, and Ngobu a little bit of an apology over to his teammate after that.
Haven't seen a corner kick attempted so far this game, and Lionsbridge has certainly kept up the pressure on the offensive side. A couple of touches by Dimitri Turner. Matthew Kirk, my goodness, has had his look at about 3 goals tonight. We're not even in the 25th minute. Clock ticking towards the 22nd. And Lionsbridge has done an excellent job winning those goal kicks. Ball on the ground and won over by the Marauders only momentarily as a foul is called on Lionsbridge, and that one is on Yago Lott.
If I'm not mistaken. That's their first foul of this contest, so doing a much better job staying disciplined. And Kirk, who did score one of those goals in the 5-1 victory over the Marauders earlier this season. He scored in the 73rd minute, but he's going to be looking to score a little bit earlier than that.
Throwing for the Marauders, and that is Lott just hassling his man. Excellent defense by number 22. This has the feel of that game that if Lionsbridge just keeps knocking on that door, we've seen it play out a few times this year, all knocked out of bounds by the Marauders. I believe that was Israel Monsanto. Knocks it out. Pardon me, it looks like that may have been Chase Hollins, but either way, goes back to Lionsbridge. You give Lionsbridge this many chances, they're going to start finishing off goals. It's only a matter of time.
Lionsbridge, and we've seen this before in a couple friendlies as well as league games where once they get scoring, they really can't be stopped. Another chance.
Here comes Chisholm. Tried to cross it over, still with it. And another chance for Kirk! And this time, he converts! That's the Lionsbridge goal!
Closer and closer to that Chesapeake Division Championship.
Matthew Kirk had so many good looks to start this game. Had about 3 by my count. Point blank range right in front of the goal. The last one may have cost him a sore hand by the end of the day, but this time makes up for it. And a nice solid strike with a right foot. Gets him a high five to meet and a 2-0 Lionsbridge lead. And as you said, Austin, inching just a little bit closer to that ultimate goal of a 3rd straight Chesapeake Division crown. Although I will say, and not to bring up bad memories, but this is that dreaded 2-0 lead that they also led the last time these two teams met.
And there it turned out really great for them, able to pour on 2 more goals. And I think by the energy here at TowneBank Stadium and the Newport News, I think we're going to see maybe 3 more here tonight. And hopefully, if Lionsbridge can keep their defense in line and play a really strong game end-to-end, I think it might be a shutout here. And I haven't seen too many of those at TowneBank Stadium this season, but what more fitting way to end the regular season than a big win and a shutout and a division championship.
That's exactly what the packed house here at TowneBank Stadium is hoping for. 25 minutes into the first half, it has been beautiful soccer played by the boys in blue. And you know something, Austin, even the chances they didn't convert on, as Dimitri Turner sends Akimanzi Sibo to the turf, even the chances they didn't convert on, I remember Chris Wally saying a few games ago, even though it was a disappointing loss to Virginia Beach, he talked about that game was maybe their best soccer of the season. And we're seeing more of that today. The passing has been really, really crisp, and we've seen extremely sharp soccer from the boys in blue.
Those 4 draws on the season are a big thing for Lionsbridge. Kirk, another chance to chisel, maybe going back to him, center of the field, trying to cross up defenders, but yellow jersey's just swarming and he gives up possession. Chisholm had the assist on Kirk's goal. This time, Kirk trying to return the favor.
And Sam Hall harasses his man and gets possession back for Bridge. Isaiah Chisholm knocked down, and that's going to be a foul. So a free kick coming for Lionsbridge and maybe an opportunity for a set piece.
It's been a little bit undisciplined for the visitors here tonight. 6 fouls already, 27th minute. Good chance for Lionsbridge to score and score on a header as well. And that really would be the icing on the cake. Send the fans home with a coupon for a free chicken sandwich courtesy of Chick-fil-A.
Matthew Kirk, who just scored that goal to give them the 2-0 lead, stands right next to Harry Lovett. Fans bring the noise. Lovett steps into it, far post! Headed and just missed. Believe that was Sam Hall who got a head on it.
Whatever it is, he's their go-to guy. They're looking at him to score. And again, so close for him. Hasn't had very many chances so far this game, but the golden one there, just couldn't put it in the net.
The fans here could smell and taste the chicken sandwiches on that one. And Vescuso, 20 years old, is set to send it away again. A sloppy last day and a half here in Hampton Roads has turned into a hot but beautiful evening here at TowneBank Stadium. The lights have come on and now darkness begins to fall here. Some lights still on the field. Isaiah Chisholm, let's see if he can make a run at it. Inside the box and swarmed by a number of yellow jerseys. Took a spill in the box trying to win over the call. Dimitri Turner sends that one, that's Joey Gonzalez, sends that one well out of bounds.
Just a little bit too much footwork there for Chisholm inside the box. No really options available for him, so he kind of had to take it himself. I want to mention something that you talked about a couple minutes ago, and it was just how there was some of the best soccer that Wally had seen the team play, and they really have been doing a good job in these last couple games. A lot of precise passing, knowing what they want to do before the ball gets to them. Is good delivery in past the back line, and tempting for Chisholm, throwing for Lionsbridge. They've really been able to just mount the pressure and sustain that as well. Really makes it very difficult for the other team to catch their breath, as they're constantly have to chase around chase around forwards and midfielders inside their own defensive third.
And Gobu tried to flick it right back to Sam Hall, but he was well defended. Still knocked out of bounds by the Marauders. Back to Bridge. Iago Lott, feed to the middle, and not the best attempt. And Bridge looking for a handball. They thought it touched the shoulder of Akimanzi Sibo. The ball rolls out of bounds. Didn't quite see, there's the flag for Lionsbridge, so back in play for Bridge. And already a play has stopped.
I think that's a real fortunate break there for the visitors here. It looked like that one had caught the arm of Sibo. The call doesn't go their way, well, rather it does. It doesn't go in the way of Lionsbridge. And a little bit of an outcry. And I think when you're up 2-0, approaching the 30th minute, I believe we will have hydration breaks too coming up in just a moment. One here in the first half, and then of course one in the second.
Jasper Winslow out of bounds and stays with Bridge. Winslow back to work quickly. Looking for a cutting Matthew Kirk. Back to Winslow. A reset, Gonzalez. Still room to work, and Gobu tracks it down. Back outside, Winslow room to work. The feed, and easily knocked away by the Marauders.
Bit of a missed opportunity, missed chance there for Lionsbridge, as now the Marauders coming the other way. They have possession. The ball goes out of bounds. I think we'll see that hydration break here. Although I would be a little bit disappointed if I was one of the Marauders, as you have possession, you have a little bit of momentum, you held off that last Lionsbridge attack, but now your momentum gets called back.
First hydration break of the evening, and obviously it is middle of July, so the temperature's right around 90 degrees today. A lot of humidity, and a lot of storms have rolled through the area. So while we have a minute, we're going to take some time to recognize some of the sponsors that have made Lionsbridge possible. Riverside Health is the official sports medicine and athletic training provider for Lionsbridge FC. The club would like to thank our great partners at Riverside for keeping us in the game. PB Mayer is proud to impact the communities in which they work and live, serving clients for 60 years with a full range of financial and business advisory services. PB Mayer's a proud sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. And the club would also like to thank Langley Federal Credit Union. Langley has been helping Hampton Roads save, borrow, and spend wisely since 1936. Peninsula Eye Care is an official sponsor of Lionsbridge FC, conveniently located on Highway 17 in Yorktown. Peninsula Eye Care has been serving the Peninsula patients since 1990. Visit peninsulaeyecare.com to learn more. And finally, Papa John's is the official pizza of Lionsbridge FC. Try the epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. So, Austin, let's talk about what we've seen so far in the first half. And we've mentioned it a few times, and that is even the chances they haven't converted on. Some crisp, solid soccer from Lionsbridge FC. even beyond this game, that's something you want to see is your boys playing their best soccer as they head into the playoffs, which start this week.
Absolutely. After clinching a spot with their last result, it was a draw against Virginia Beach United. You really want to make sure you're on top form. And despite there haven't been too many big blowout results for Lionsbridge, they've really demonstrated that exceptionally well. I think if we remember back to one of the first games of the season, it was a far cry from what we see here this afternoon. Sure, you had those games where you scored a lot of goals, but leading up to that, it was a bit of a mess. I think Lionsbridge has really been able to hone that in and really find their game in these last couple outings here at TowneBank Stadium and even on the road. You think back to the contest against the Richmond Kickers and here at TowneBank Stadium against the DC United U23 squad, two big draws against strong teams. They were able to come away with good results in those outings. Of course, you had that penalty kick that was won by Hatley and converted by Hall against the Kickers.
What a great feed from Sam Hall. Isaiah Chisholm in the box. The feed to the middle. Kirk, can he find another one? And it's knocked away by the Marauders. And that was excellent counterattack by Bridge. Sam Hall to Isaiah Chisholm on the far side, inside the box. A pretty good feed to Matthew Kirk. Just couldn't find the space to get a good foot on it.
That's classic Lionsbridge. Very quick counterattacks in transition. Send the ball down to the wings, use those players who have that speed, get them in past the defenders, set up a delivery inside the 18, and a bit of a miscue there from a couple of defenders for the Marauders. We do see a whistle, no indication whether it's going to be a throw-in yet or a free kick. The player's still down on the far sideline.
Yeah, that's a player for the Marauders that looks to be grasping at his knee. Far side from us, so can't quite see exactly what the injury may be. And one of the Lionsbridge players, and I believe that may be Isaiah Chisholm, is now back on his feet. Yep, that's Chisholm. Had his hands on his knees for a moment, and on the ground it looks like that is Abdul Rahman Muhammad, the 23-year-old on the ground. And again, I cannot tell exactly what the injury may be. 34th minute. 2-0, Lionsbridge leads. Penalty kick delivered by Sam Hall. And a strike by Matthew Kirk. As we wait the status of the Marauders player. It looks like they're going to get the trainers over here to sort things out. And a substitution is already coming for the Marauders. So looks like they've slid Muhammad over to the sideline where he is still being worked on by the trainers, and a substitution has just stepped onto the field for the Marauders. Wait to see who that is.
And a really unfortunate break there for Muhammad. A couple players slipping around over on that far side of the field, and you mentioned the storms that came through earlier this week, even as soon as yesterday. I think that might play just a small role in just the turf being a little bit looser over there, maybe a bit of mud remaining. Might have been shaded by some trees, as Muhammad still looks like he just had his sock taken off, and they're really checking on that knee. Certainly hope he's all right.
Back to the action. Tyler Hogan with a touch and back into play for Gonzalez. Midfield to Ngobu, and Sam Hall goes back to work with it. More crisp passing. Ngobu turns on the Jets. Finds Hall on the wing, in the box, the feed, and the strike! And what a great save! Escuso denies Matthew Kirk.
Whether it was intentional or not, I'd like to think it was. Had that leg come up behind him, that ball was sailing the other direction, had him going the wrong way. Able to stick out that leg, making a great deflection save. Keep this lead at 2 for now. Lionsbridge hit their first corner of the game. Love it in the corner.
Harry Lovett steps into it. Far post and headed over the net. Believe that was Materazzi. Waiting to see the number, but another good chance for Lionsbridge. And they have been so close to really blowing this thing wide open. That was Materazzi.
Throughout this season, we've really seen that it was Materazzi and Hall and the target men, so to speak, on these corners. Two very tall players really know how to use their head. We saw that last season and even the year before that with TowneBank Stadium. Muhammad up on both feet, still being supported by the trainers on the far sideline just across the field. certainly seems like he's still in quite a bit of pain.
Oh, and a chance here for the Marauders, a 2-on-1. Oh, brilliantly deflected. Marauders still with it. The Marauders had a chance. That was Luke Barger in the box. Sent away, I believe, again, Materazzi, so though he couldn't convert on the goal, does his job on defense. It was a 2-on-1 break with Luke Barger in the middle of the box. Could have had a clean look on Hogan, and that attempt is quickly knocked away and a chance gone by for the Marauders.
The build-up for the Marauders is now they have a chance here. Again, trying to build a little bit of momentum, some pressure for themselves. It looked like they'll be able to come away with the victory here tonight, but the Spoilers certainly would be scoring at least one goal here against a strong Lionsbridge side.
And Gobu, a heel flick back into play. Touch up ahead. Can Isaiah Chisholm chase it down? He's got a one-on-one! And it's sent out of bounds. Now, it looks like there was a stop in play before Chisholm was able to even try.
There might have been a foul on Chisholm. He's a player that picked up a couple cards so far this season, just due to his large size and stature, a big body, and sometimes when you have him matched up against a smaller midfielder, whose weight advantage just comes into such a big role.
Isaiah Chisholm has never been one, has never been shy to try to box out a midfielder here or there. Here comes Ngobu. Will he get work with the ball? Ngobu. Oh, knocked in! An own goal! Ngobu with the chance converts!
Way back to the field of play, joining his team. Lionsbridge gets their third right before the 40th minute, and that just again has got to be feeling great for them. I think they've got the Chesapeake Division Championship three-peat on their mind here.
And you just heard Benjamin Torres. Here's his name in a time when you don't want to hear your name, and that is on an own goal situation. Ngobu was the one who provided the pressure. Some brilliant ball work by Ngobu inside the box. And really, Austin, that's one of those moments, one of those scenarios, Bridge back to work, one of those scenarios where, yeah, it's an own goal, but you know what? You really got to credit Ngobu for allowing that own goal to happen. I mean, he really did a great job of putting himself in position and maybe doing it once again. Not much to work with, has to switch it far side. Jasper Winslow tracks it down. Keeps it in, Dimitri Turner. Back out Yago Lott. And a great tackle by the Marauders.
A bit of a mischance there for Lott as he just had that ball poked away from him, a little bit careless as he had a heavy touch himself. Like you were saying, it seemed like that was one of those goals that was going to happen either way.
And another chance this time. The feed and knocked away over the end line, and that's going to result in a corner. Approaching the 41st minute, already 3-0, and Lionsbridge is going to try to add to it.
It's Kenyabi who came onto the field as a substitute for Muhammad, still being looked over at the bench, as things might be a little bit more serious than I might have thought. Quick corner taken. Lovett back to Kirk.
And here's Lovett. A lot of room. He'll take a chance and right into the stomach of Vescuso. Boy, did he have a lot of room to work with there. Maybe almost surprised him a little bit.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you have that much space, you almost get a little bit hesitant on what you want to do. Besides to take a shot, not his best opportunities to win right to Vescuso, but he'll certainly take that one a little bit more pressure applied. Lionsbridge continue to try and add to this lead.
Defender tried to sell it, and they play on. Here comes Yago Lott. Sliding tackle sent out of bounds, and a throw-in coming for Sam Hall.
Looks like Ben Batul has come in for the Marauders. New substitute out on the field for them as well. Lionsbridge, though, continuing forward.
Keeps it in bounds. That's Chase Hollins. And tries to save it. They say it went out of bounds. You know what, Austin? I'm not sure that ball went out of bounds, but either way, it'll result in a throw-in for the Marauders. Israel Monsanto with a free kick. So they call it a foul instead, excuse me.
I think that's the right call there, as Hollins, a little bit of speed, got one step past the defender, gets brought down. Picked up a card in the previous contest, so certainly a player who likes to get involved in the mix of things, heavy challenges, both on defense as well as offense. However, can't be found in the middle of the box as Chisholm goes down. Play slows up and it'll be a free kick for Lionsbridge now as the fouls begin to start piling up here as we approach halftime.
It's been all Lionsbridge, and really, it could have been a lot more. It's 3-0, and Lionsbridge has had at least 6 or 7 good looks. Matthew Kirk almost had a hat trick in the first 20 minutes.
It looks like it is Monsanto who actually ended up not leaving the game, substitute getting ready for the Marauders, and ended up coming into the contest, I think, with just the amount of time left here in the first half is a little bit of a hesitation. The referee motioned for a substitute, but it looks like it was just a player standing up for the Marauders, so no substitute. Now we'll take that throw-in.
Chase Hollins set to throw it back in. Fought back and won over by Sam Hall. Across the pitch. Jasper Winslow and now Harry Lovett will set things up for the boys in blue. Adam.
We were talking about a couple players who haven't seen too many starts. Jago Lott, one of them for Lionsbridge. It's really been a bit of a focal point for the attack coming up as that one just sails over his head. He still comes up with the other defenders, applies pressure to the center of the field, and really makes sure that he's able to bring at least one defender with him away from that back line. Opens up a lot of space for Ngogu, Chisholm, and Hall.
Turn and go. Chisholm in the box and knocked away over the end line, and that is another corner coming. Took the official maybe a second or two to confirm that. It looked like it was a pretty easy call. 45th minute as Harry Lovett back outside to Kirk. Kirk looking to float this one in high in the air. Sam Hall, the only one in the area, and a touch for Chisholm. Almost makes it past Vescuso, just a little bit off target on that one.
Delivery back in from Materazzi. Not too often we see him using his feet towards the edge of the box. Typically, a defender uses his head when it comes to corner set pieces, things like that. Good skills from him, though, as it went straight to Chisholm. I think it just caught Chisholm off guard.
45th minute of play, considering 3 goals and an injury stoppage. Haven't heard the official time for how much is added for stoppage.
I don't think it'll be too much here as Lionsbridge continues to attack yet again, really trying to pour it on here. The final moments of this first half. Good save by the defender. I think that one went out for a throw-in.
Certainly did, and that was definitely. And we have just been told 3 minutes of stoppage time. All over the out-of-bounds boundary, and it's another throw-in coming for Lionsbridge.
So one thing that they've really done well here this afternoon, another great diving stop from the defender, like that's Kamavi, who came on for Muhammad earlier in the contest, is that they've been able to keep up a lot of pressure and created a couple corners for themselves. I think it might be at 3 now. And after that first one, I think they've really switched up the style of attack. They played it short the last couple times. I think they're just trying to vary things up. Maybe pick up a new play in their playbook, try things out from the training ground. And when you have a game like this where the conclusion is just 45 minutes away, it seems all but done and dusted. Of course, still 45 minutes to play. Lionsbridge scored 3, Marauders scored 7 on the season. It might be a far stretch for them to score 3 here tonight, but Lionsbridge lets off the gas. They could score at least 1 or 2.
Definitely it looks like a contest that is heavily in favor of Lionsbridge, although I have to say I'm hoping that Chris Wally is not listening to this broadcast on headphones right now, because he might have something to say to you right now. I'm only being honest.
You certainly love to see the best out of this squad, and anything that they can take away from a game, even if it's a big 6-0 win, he still has things as Ngobu, almost with a chance, that one just skipping past him to Viscuso. But Wally loves to be the perfectionist for the squad, find out and identify those things. Even after a big win, there's still some things to work upon, especially after getting so close last year to the national title, making it all the way to that last game and falling short in a 3-goal contest. They lost by 1.
There's the halftime whistle. It was a stellar first half of soccer from Lionsbridge. A 3-0 lead for the boys in blue, 45 minutes away from a 3rd straight Chesapeake Division championship. The scoring started with a penalty on Isaiah Chisholm. Sam Hall, the team captain and all-time leading scorer, stepped up and buried the penalty kick. Matthew Kirk with a brilliant strike to the corner, and then an own goal after some pressure provided by Claudel Ngobu, and that is where we stand. A 3-0 Lionsbridge lead, again 45 minutes away from a 3rd straight Chesapeake Division championship. Nathan Epstein and Austin Urch, we're going to step aside as we take a break for halftime, and we'll be back here in a few minutes to get the second half started. Back in a few minutes.
to our players this season. Please give a warm round of applause to the
Yes. All right.
Ooh.
Who is Jacob Hard Eyes Winkface?
A boy.
A person.
A person. A special person? Maybe like a
Dessert?
board?
I got your favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna let it happen.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
The rotator cuff is a group of muscles that surround the shoulder joint, as you can see here. There's 4 of them, and like all muscles, they have a muscle belly, which is this red fleshy portion here, and a white tendinous portion. And so when the rotator cuff tears, essentially what happens is the white tendon comes off the bone. The recovery is basically, you're in a sling for about 6 weeks to allow the tendon to heal. By 3 months, I let patients get back to things like lifting weights, playing golf, swimming, things of that nature.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts, but there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our smart checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your smart checking account today.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home. Scatter.
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollars hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
And we're back at the bank. Nathan Epstein alongside Austin Urch, Lionsbridge, with a 3-0 lead over the Virginia Marauders. 45 minutes and some change from their third straight Chesapeake Division Championship. The lights starting to illuminate here at the bank. And the boys back on the pitch. We've seen a few substitutions. And we'll get to those in a minute, Austin. But first I want to know overall thoughts. We said it at the end of the first half, and that is just what clean, solid, crisp soccer we saw from the Chris Wally's team in that first half.
I think they've really taken these last couple games in full stride. They're finding their form, and what really better time to do it than right around playoffs. They've secured their spot with the draw against Virginia Beach, now going for the division championship, and they're really taking things in stride. Like I just said, finding their form, picture-perfect passing, crisp passing, making sure that they have possession, doing really well in transition, bringing the ball up through the middle of the field. As it looks like one of the substitutes here for Lionsbridge Hall is on the sideline, and looks like Lovett wearing the captain's armband here to start the second half.
Harry Lovett wearing the captain's armband. Only two substitutions that I can see, and that is Christian Hatley is in at forward on the near side, and Lockie Fay is in as well, the second-year man from New Zealand who's scored a few times this season. One on a brilliant header, scored against Ole Sporting FC. That game that led to a 6-0 Lionsbridge victory. We'll see if Chris Wally's team wants to keep the heat turned up here in the second half. Hatley with his first touch, and it's knocked away by the Marauders. Maria Kimiavi was the one to knock it away. Lockie Fay, maybe a chance for Bridge. Matthew Kirk had one of those goals in the first half, and he sends it wide. Right back to Kirk. We are off and rolling here in the second half, and so glad to have you join us. Harry Lovett has it knocked away and out of bounds, but that'll lead to a throw-in. Harry Lovett, another one of those players that has really developed well the second half of the season and delivers to Ngobu. Lockie Fay back out. Matarazzi, some patient soccer now. Maybe a change in philosophy, if only slightly, here in the second half.
Might be a little bit more content to step off the gas, but still you've got players coming into the game. They want to leave their mark. They want to definitely score on a header. If that one, Kimiavi knocks it out of bounds with his head. Corner kick coming up to start the game. You mentioned the growth that quite a few players have had. Of course, there's an old saying, iron sharpens iron. When you're surrounded by some of the best players in USL 2 soccer, definitely I think you can pick up a few things and sharpen your skills.
Here come the noisemakers, the foot stompers. Harry Lovett puts his foot into it. Far post and headed away by the Marauders. Nobody there. And still with Lionsbridge FC. knocked out of bounds, and that was by Kimmy Avi of the Marauders. Harry Lovett looks for Christian Hatley.
In the unenviable position to try and match up against Hatley over on this near side of the field, that left back spot. Quite a few quick wingers from Lionsbridge's Hogan, off on a little bit of an adventure, comes out of his box, threw that one away out of bounds.
He needs a little bit of an adventure. It's been a quiet day in goal for Tyler Hogan, although did have one really good save on a 2-on-1 breakaway attempt for the Marauders in the first half.
Head back down to the other directions. There's a goalkeeping change for the visitors.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Thomas Vescuso hits the bench after surrendering 3 goals in that first half. And honestly, 3 goals, while it is a heavy deficit to try to dig yourself out of for the Marauders, it could have been a lot worse if you're Vescuso, because Lionsbridge had a number of chances, and here they are with another one trying to add to their total. Already leading 3-0.
Goals was a penalty kick against Sam Holland. Certainly, I don't believe he's missed so far in all this season from the penalty spot, so sort of one of those wash. Vescuso had a couple big saves as well.
Here comes Isaiah Chisholm in the box. The feed to Lockie Fay. And knocked away, but a one-time flick. And that one is easily saved. So already 2 attempts, 2 saves.
Sawana getting a little bit of action here early on. Saving that last effort from Jago Lott, just sending it from distance, not too much power behind it, but maybe just cause a little bit of chaos inside the 18, test the new goalkeeper's hands, see if he can hang on to things.
Up ahead, it's Chisholm. Kirk, the cross, Christian Hatley. Maybe another chance. Towards the end line, the feed, and yet another save by Sawana. Sawana has been very busy. Only 5 minutes in to this second half.
The near sideline, they've been the 2 busiest players out on the field, it seems. Again, another look for Hatley trying to send it across. Ray in the middle of the field, certainly couldn't look to get in on the action as well here tonight.
Lionsbridge has done a pretty steady job of keeping things on the Marauders' side of the field all game. Tyler Hogan has nary seen any action at all. Jasper Winslow with a charge. In the box, the stop, and Gomu! And his strike sails over the bar.
Ambitious effort from Ngobu, of course, looking for another goal here. Look at 3 in 2 games. Just sending that ball up into the festival area, getting under it a bit too much, leaning back on that shot, just trying to keep your nose over the ball, stay over top of it, keep it low, try and pick a corner and send it with power in that direction.
I guess the clean version would be chest over ball, but anybody who's played the game knows the phrase that is sometimes delivered by the coaches.
Certainly a lot of idioms used by coaches, a lot of colorful language, of course, keeping it clean here in the broadcast booth for Lionsbridge FC. It's been a really strong showing for them so far, and I'd love to see them just continue to apply this pressure. You're up by 3 in a big game. Typically, sometimes you'll see some teams sort of slack off. They know they have it all wrapped up, of course, with the rest of the game still to play, but a sizable advantage. They feel like they're the better team, a lot of momentum, and Lionsbridge, I'd love to see them just continue to amp things up here, sort of spread the wealth, really focus on maintaining that good form, not just in passing in the formation, but also just equalizing pressure, all different areas of the field. Don't rely too much on one tactic. This is an opportunity for them to try some things new in a big USL 2 game. Of course, in competition versus in practice, 2 very different things. We've seen that a bit with the short corners here so far this afternoon.
Sliding tackle by Matarazzi, and that's actually an interesting point, because now, regular season finale here, regardless of what happens. Now, obviously, Lionsbridge is in excellent position, up 3-0. Something magical would have to happen for the Marauders in order for them to even make this thing a contest. But if you're talking about different strategy here, this is the point at which you have to start preparing for teams that you haven't seen all season. And a chance, and a cross almost put to the back of the net. I believe that was Christian Hatley who got a foot on it. Great feed by Matthew Kirk, and Lionsbridge is still on the attack, still trying to add to that 3-0 tally. And that's an easy foul called on Lockie Fay. But getting back to that point, now you got to start preparing for USL League 2 teams that you haven't seen all season. And that's the tricky part of the playoffs, is the preparation for the teams that you haven't seen at least one other time this year.
Right. We've seen that in a couple years previously when Lionsbridge had the opportunity to host the playoffs. You see all these teams from around the region. We've seen teams from Florida and all the way up to Massachusetts even. Here in Newport News, a lot of different styles of play all across the country, and again, like you said, teams that you've never seen before, and maybe if you have seen them, it's been an entire year. Last time you saw them was in the playoffs. You certainly heard a lot about these teams, you know, all the stats, statistics, things like that, but when it gets down to actually playing them on the pitch, things can be very different. So we'll see if Lionsbridge can sort of bring a different style as well into the playoffs, of course.
And Gobu with a great run, but a great closing speed defense by the Marauders. And Gobu really had a great run at it. And had Matthew Kirk charging up the middle part of the field. Quick back into play for Lionsbridge, and back to work goes Ngobu. Other side, Hatley with a header! Oh, the fans here could taste the chicken sandwiches.
Fortunate break there for the Marauders, but again, Lionsbridge can just still add more to the tally.
Actually, apologize, Austin. The broadcast window here kind of blocked my view. I didn't even see the official put up that flag, so even if that header had gone in, would not have counted. Hatley offsides, and again, Lionsbridge is still keeping up the pressure, and this is that point in the game, Austin, as we've been talking about. This is where those players that may not be in starting positions can really not only make their mark, but also sharpen themselves up and sort of deepen that bench for Chris Wally as we inch closer another minute towards the playoffs.
And we certainly have the 18 that we've regularly seen throughout the season. Sometimes they've been in the game, sometimes not. But there's about 18 to 23 players or so that have regularly seen a lot of action throughout the course of the season. Dennis Kruchenkov, one of them. And a new name that we haven't seen so far here at TowneBank Stadium this year, Coleman Jennings, scored in his season debut for the squad. Last time out, it was the game winner, a big 2-1 win for them over Patuxent. And he's on the substitute bench here tonight as Wyatt comes into the contest. Coleman Jennings, can he score in his debut at home if he's selected by Wally to play here in the remainder of this contest?
Kruchenkov, back to Kruchenkov. Can he catch up to it? And a sliding save. Salah Sawane has to send it away. Kruchenkov was inching closer to another goal this season. Kruchenkov was the man who delivered the first goal of the year for Lionsbridge in that 1-0 win over Virginia Beach on a cold day in May. And we're a hot day in July here, and only a 1-0 win. I mean, you talk about how close this division has been this year, Austin. A 1-0 win for Lionsbridge over Virginia Beach on that one goal delivered in the second half by Dennis Kruchenkov. And then a tie game, obviously not the result that Chris Wally wanted, but it was a game-tying goal in the 66th minute by Isaiah Chisholm, who was right there, tries to chase it down, but well guarded by Akimanze Sibo. And Sibo hits the ground. But you talk about a 1-0 win for Lionsbridge and then a game-tying goal by Chisholm in the 66th minute. That's the margin of error, and that is the margin that this Lionsbridge team could potentially take the Chesapeake Division title by tonight.
Yeah, 1 week ago, we were in a position where 3 teams were running for the playoffs. It was going to be any of those 3 teams, but which one would miss out on the dance? It was the big question. And that's been the exciting part to watch all season long. It's been so close between Lionsbridge, newcomer Charlottesville FC, as well as Virginia Beach United.
Foul call to a free kick coming for Lionsbridge. Harry Lovett stands next to Matthew Kirk. 58th minute. A 3-0 lead for Lionsbridge. It's Lovett. Sends it. Kruchenkov with the header. Sails wide over everything, looking for another goal this season.
Target man on that last attempt, if you see 2 substitutes coming up for the Marauders. Both Materazzi and Hall over towards the bench, so they'll have to obviously go for someone else, as those 2 men have been the go-to guys for Lionsbridge on those set pieces. It was interesting to see who else they can put into the running as they go into the postseason for their arsenal from these dangerous opportunities that they will be looking to get and then capitalize on come playoff time.
Sawane sends it away. And nowhere close. Over the boundary, out of bounds. George Wyatt is back into the action. His first action tonight. Jago Lott. Excellent job by Lockie Fay to keep it in possession for Lionsbridge. And I believe that is Materazzi, gives it back to Hogan. Very few touches for the man in goal tonight for Lionsbridge. Gonzalez has his pass intercepted. The double team works to perfection. Here comes Chisholm. A one-on-one. Feet in the box and nobody there waiting but a Marauder.
This chance there for Lionsbridge was a good build-up. They got all the way to the 18-yard box, but then things really just fizzled out right there. A couple of Lionsbridge players on the opposite side of the field wide open. Couldn't find an avenue to get the ball over there. It's going to be something that they certainly have to work on as the season continues, as they move into playoffs, the culmination of the regular season.
Some slight miscommunication. Lockie Fay sends it into the box, was hoping that Chisholm would be the man charging, and instead, nothing doing. Easily, Salah Sawane corrals it and now sends it away.
With the ball going out of bounds for Lionsbridge, mentioned that it's just a time to bring up some new tactics, possibly testing things out in a game setting. Of course, when it comes to the playoffs, you want to dance with who brought you there. But then also these teams, they have all this footage of you in these scenarios, just doing basically the same thing.
Here's Kruchenkov onside! Kruchenkov is taken down! Over the end line, no foul, no penalty is called. And that is the second home game we have seen Kruchenkov go crashing down, and no penalty is called for Lionsbridge.
That's a tough right there for Kruchenkov, as he certainly has taken the contact in these last couple games. Like you said, no call either time. I think that might be the right decision here. Is goalkeeping change. Ermini jumping into the contest, if I'm not mistaken, as Hogan exits. Kruchenkov taking the contact. It seemed very unlikely that he would be able to get around the goalkeeper to get to that ball. So that's made a big part of the referee's decision.
And another substitution coming for Lionsbridge, as Isaiah Chisholm has had a busy night on the attack for Bridge. He will take a seat. His night is over with. John Ermini, the man in net, the man in goal for Lionsbridge. And again, replacing Tyler Hogan, who really had a pretty quiet night in goal. One save, but it was a good one for Hogan. Second minute here. It's been all Lionsbridge. Only one really solid chance for the Marauders. A number of solid chances for Lionsbridge. They've converted on 3 of them. A penalty kick, a strike by Matthew Kirk, and an own goal, but a chance that was started by Claudel Ngobu. Christian Hatley stays onside, and now one-on-one, tries to get it through his defender, but well guarded there.
Great defensive display from Kenyabi. He's certainly had his hands full, and he's been up and down the pitch countless times inside his own half here in these last 15 minutes or so since we started the second half. And he's really dealt with the challenge very well, I think.
Up ahead, Khruchenkov. And again, tackled away, and a brilliant tackle. Good defense by the Marauders.
It's like number 14, Coleman Jennings, into the contest for the bridge. Situated up top of the formation. I think he's certainly going to be wanting to score in front of the home crowd here.
And a bridge player, can't tell who that was. I think that was Khruchenkov, just grabbed and thrown to the turf WWE style. And that will lead to a foul. Now it's just outside of the 18-yard box. So a free kick coming, but definitely a chance for Lionsbridge here.
On the opposite side of the field. He was the Riverside man of the match that night in the post-game interview with you and Nathan Epstein. He was talking about how he saw the wall cheating just a little bit, the goalkeeper as well, moving to the side, figured why not have a shot? Low on the ground, it was a perfect shot for him, able to convert on that. Looks like Coach and Khruchenkov are standing behind the ball here to take this one.
Both men take steps back. Khruchenkov. Oh, and it's saved off the post. The rebound and the second chance. Boy, you're not going to get a better look than that. It was a great save initially by Suwane, and the rebound and the putback attempt goes off the post and eventually out of bounds for a goal kick.
So close for Jennings. Both of them trying to continue to add to the tally here tonight. Unsuccessful, but certainly not for lack of effort.
65th minute, 25 minutes and counting. From not only a win, but from a third straight Chesapeake Division Championship. A brilliantly won over call by the Marauder there, I have to say. I didn't think the official was gonna give him the whistle, but he did. And hey, if you can get it, then good on you.
Contact can certainly go a long way, especially when it's from behind. Their Marauders tried to start quickly, but that ball's still in motion, so of course it has to be brought back. Good eye on the official is nearly interception over on the opposite sideline from Winslow. However, sends that one out of bounds, so forced to restart possession for the visitors here as Lucky Faye really battling. He picked up a foul. There's that quick restart for the visitors.
George Wyatt. Up ahead, another chance. Lucky Faye locked in a battle with number 10, Chase Hollins. Does a great job defending. Lucky Faye maybe had a chance, just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Really crucial there for Hollins, as again, Faye, one of those players who has so much speed, did an amazing job positioning himself. Knew he wouldn't beat Faye in a foot race to the ball, so he had to use his body to make sure that Faye had to go the long way around.
'66th minute, all Lionsbridge. Marauder sent to the turf, and that draws the yellow card. So a yellow card is given to Lionsbridge, and that'll lead to a free kick for the Marauders.
So it's Jennings who goes into the referee's book, just not quite how he imagined it, I believe, here tonight. It's a yellow card. I think it's a fair call. Of course it was a foul. I think that one can either go 50-50 whether or not the card comes out. I'm surprised it has due to just the low number of calls that have really happened here in the second half. It seems like things have sort of simmered down a little bit from the aggression and tempo in the first 45. The referee reaches into his book, tries to keep a handle on the game before it gets too far out of reach.
side, a battle's won by Bridge. Kurchenkov looking towards Christian Hatley. And Hatley had to do his best to stay on side, and that cost him just a few steps trying to catch up to that.
Power from Kurchenkov, too. Just out of reach for Hatley, too far into the box where Swan could pick it up easily enough. Although Kurchenkov facing the other way right before he delivered that, so had to go on his best guess of where Hatley would be. Good unspoken communication between those two, though.
Possession soccer has been the name of the game for Lionsbridge in this second half. They've had a few chances. Lockie Fay keeps it moving. Jennings tried to catch up to it, and it's knocked out of bounds. Throw-in coming for Bridge. Now we know the format of the playoffs. Obviously, we don't know who or where or what time as of yet. But this Lionsbridge team locked into the playoffs can expect, depending on this result here tonight and a few other results, games are expected or games are scheduled for Tuesday night, Friday night, and Sunday night. We'll wait and see exactly how the schedule shakes up as soon as this clock hits 0 and a few others around USL League 2.
So it looks like Virginia Beach United with a 2-1 lead in the 67th minute over Charlottesville. Last goal scored by Ethan Taylor for Virginia Beach. So lead for them, and that'll solidify their spot here in the playoffs if they're able to hold on against Charlottesville.
And Ethan Taylor, one who delivered a goal against Lionsbridge on this very field. Looking back at that Virginia Beach game, boy, we understand it's a rivalry game, as intense of a game as we have seen at the bank between those two teams, and obviously Virginia Beach in the midst of their best season in team history. 26 points heading into tonight. Just a scratch away from a Chesapeake Division championship themselves. An intense outing for both teams that night. Christian Hatley in the middle up ahead. Jennings. Hatley in the box. The feed. The header. Kurchenkov! Just a little bit too high. Kurchenkov tried to put the head on it and almost caught Suwane out of position. Just couldn't quite get exactly what he wanted on it.
The initial attempt was a quick pass to Colin Jennings as he tried to find his way in through the back line. It was quickly turned away by the defense, but Lionsbridge kept up the pressure, looked for an alternate opportunity, but found that delivery over on the far side as we head for a hydration break here. A good look for the Bridge again. It was Kurchenkov putting that one over the bar. Had to stay right behind him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. However, you certainly don't want to miss an opportunity like that if you're Kurchenkov, because you're not always going to have that player behind you.
Well, and that's something that Chris Wally, as you see the field here, that we are in the middle of a hydration break, now in the 70th minute, just under 20 minutes away from a Chesapeake Division crown for this Lionsbridge team. But you're talking about great soccer so far. I will say, if you're Chris Wally, we know the perfectionist that he is. He's looking at this second half of soccer. I'm sure he likes what he sees. At the same time, he probably wants them to finish a few of these chances, knowing that, look, this is a team in the Marauders in the middle of they are struggling this season, 2-9, second to last place in the Chesapeake Division. Solid, crisp soccer is good. Finishing is better, especially when you get to the playoffs, and that's something I'm sure he wants to see a little bit more of here in the second half.
Because, of course, as you head into the playoffs, the opportunities to score are certainly going to decrease. All these teams that you're playing against have been at the top of their divisions as well, in the top 2 places for sure. And that means their attacking is strong, their midfield is strong, their defenders are strong, and their goalkeepers are strong. You're not going to get as many chances when you play teams from your own division that are towards the bottom of the standings, so you definitely have to convert. That's something that's been hindering Lionsbridge just a little bit in their recent outings, where they haven't had too many big goal games. However, again, they're getting those chances, they're getting those opportunities. When the playoffs really start, they definitely have to convert on those. They can't let chances just go by, because there will be other teams that will be able to score on their chances, and that sends you home much earlier than you want.
Lionsbridge FC, of course, looking back at that phenomenal, magical postseason run last year, all the way to the USL League 2 championship game. We'll see if they have another spectacular run in them this year. Already a lock for the playoffs. Still some unfinished business here. Oh, Kruchenkov, a beautiful turn and go. Into the box, the flick, and just wide left. Kruchenkov with I love the word that you choose a lot, Austin, and that's a cheeky little turn and go by Kruchenkov. A little heel flick, got things moving, stayed on side just long enough, and just couldn't quite find the angle on that strike that he put on that ball.
Just trying to build confidence here for Kruchenkov, who's, like you said, scored in the opener against Virginia Beach United in that 1-0 victory for the Lionsbridge. However, still trying to build that as we hit stride into the playoffs. Again, it's all great to start a season strong, but Lionsbridge undefeated in their last 13 games. They seem to be finding their rhythm here at just the right time.
Whistle and a foul. This will be on the Marauders. Pardon me, on Lionsbridge. Free kick coming for the Marauders. Oh, an excellent feed up ahead for the Marauders. Maybe a chance. Feed to the box, and it was an attempted clear, but it's knocked off Harry Lovett, so that will result in the first corner of the evening for the Virginia Marauders.
Great chance here to, we said earlier in the broadcast at the start of the game, play spoiler here against Lionsbridge. The result might not be in doubt very much longer, but a chance.
Corner far post. Jose Alvarade sends it, and the header! Oh, back of the net! That's a goal! Chase Hollins! So the Marauders are not going away quietly here tonight. 74th minute. A feed set in by Jose Alvarade and headed in by Chase Hollins. His second league goal of the season.
That's just a really big goal for the Marauders. Of course, this game 3-1 at this point, with just about 15 minutes or so to go left in the contest. I don't think you're going to win this one against Lionsbridge, but of course you want to come away, play for pride. You get that goal, that's your 8th on the season. Certainly not a lot, but again, when you're able to score against what looks like will be the Chesapeake Division champions, it's certainly a nice feather in your cap.
15 minutes and counting until Lionsbridge can celebrate. They still have work to do. All over the end line, and that will be a goal kick for the Virginia Marauders. So Jose Alvarade did great work. I believe that was George Wyatt on defense. Got it past him and was able to feed it in, and not much John Romini in goal could do for Lionsbridge. Well out of position. Chase Hollins with a header bounces it in, and it's 3-1. And this is where you look back at some of those chances that Lionsbridge has had. Dennis Kruchenkov has had a number of good looks inside the box. And this is where you're thinking, you know, if they'd have finished off a few of those, then this would be just slightly more comfortable. Not that it isn't now, but as a foul is called in this one against Lionsbridge, this is one of those times when you think, you know, a 3-4 goal lead is just a little bit better than a 2-goal lead, especially when you're trying to close out a championship.
Undoubtedly, and then you also think about the fact that the Lionsbridge defense hasn't really been tested here, but maybe once in the first half, a couple times at most. And within those 5 chances throughout the entirety of this game, they concede 1 goal. I can almost guarantee you that teams in the playoffs are going to have more than 5 chances. And Lionsbridge conceded. Of course, you're not going to keep a clean sheet every game, but this is a team that has scored 7 goals coming into this contest. Your defense certainly has to be better than that if you're Lionsbridge. That's going to be a big thing that Wally's going to try and take away and give to the team as headed back to Romini by his own teammate. Another opportunity going forward, though, for the Marauders.
Yeah, that was Chase Hollins who sent it up ahead towards Mateo Leach, the 24-year-old. Double teamed well by Lionsbridge and quickly silences that attempt. Midfield, Rocky Fay up ahead, inside the box. And a chance headed away. That was Jasper Winslow, or was that Jago Lott? Danger for the Marauders and knocked away. Sewane just got a piece of it. Rocky Fay locks in off the bar. Rocky Fay with some power. Almost found the back of the net.
The defenders off guard, and he figures why not take a shot. Sending that one off the woodwork as close as you can get. The closest non-goal that we've seen here from Lionsbridge. Again, scored a great header, and again, trying to score in front of this home crowd. Certainly loves the atmosphere here at TowneBank Stadium. Can't quite find the mark.
Don Foster is also in for Lionsbridge.
Stage of the game, the Lionsbridge squad just getting a bit lackadaisical when it comes to staying disciplined. They've given up quite a few fouls. You're 6 in the second half already. As Hollins goes inside the box, battles with Lovett. Lovett comes out on top, able to prevent that from going out for a corner as well.
A dangerous moment and a quick counterattack. Almost a chance for Dennis Khrushchev. Couldn't quite regain possession. But that was a dangerous moment for Lionsbridge. Chase Hollins elevated and looked like he could have had a chance. Here comes Christian Hatley. Nothing doing. Rocky Fay keeps it alive for Bridge. In the box, Khrushchev. Down on the ground, they play on. No penalty is called. Not much contact there. I have to say, I think that was a decent job of the officials to keep the whistles in their pocket.
Certainly has to be feeling like he's the worst strings of luck here that we've seen in quite some time at TowneBank Stadium. 3 times he's been brought down in the box, and 3 times the referee's whistle has stayed silent, and there hasn't been a penalty.
George Wyatt. Jago Lott. A turn and go. Battle for it. Marauders. Was there a whistle? I didn't hear one, but there is a Marauder on the ground.
It looks like the referee tried to play advantage for Lionsbridge, saw if they would keep momentum and have possession. However, that one kind of just fizzled out, so bringing it back for the foul, it's going to be a free kick for Lionsbridge. Again, another good chance for them to really set things up, try and score on a set piece. Coleman Jennings, I'm looking for him to try and convert on this opportunity.
Oh, Jennings was the cutting man and almost got a foot on it. Instead, it's denied and sent back out by the Marauders. Wyatt chases it down, and Ermini retreats back into the box. Matthew Kirk had the second goal of the day. 81st minute. About 9 minutes and some change from celebration time. Jago Lott. Rocky Fay works the midfield and into the back. It's Foster. Up ahead. Oh, Jennings almost was waiting for it. Maybe an opportunity here in the box. Khrushchev over the end line. And that will result in a corner. So here come the boys in blue trying to add to it. It's been 3-1 Lionsbridge. The only goal for the Marauders scored by Chase Hollins. And now Lionsbridge tries to add a little bit of insurance. A 2-goal lead is nice. 3 would be better. The crowd stomps their feet. Wyatt cuts towards the back post. Action in the box, sends it away. It's a good feed and headed away. Matthew Kirk chases it down. Thought about another feed, and this time it will be sent in. Jennings is there, can't get a good head can't get his head on it, and Chase Hollins comes away with it.
An interesting defensive strategy there for the Marauders. Bringing back 10 players, having almost everyone on the field right along the goal line. Their goalkeeper might feel a little bit cramped and restricted in that situation. Kirk was all by himself inside the 18-yard box.
A defender falls down. Could be a chance for Bridge. And a brilliant save. Kruchenkov got a good foot on it. Still alive for Bridge. Jennings. My goodness. A clean look for Kruchenkov. What a great save by Salah Suwane.
Summer cleaning there as he was coming off his line again to make that second save, going up to punch the ball away. Like he caught his teammate just clean in the head. Player for the Marauders was down on the field.
And both players are up and thankfully look to be okay. The kids are starting to line up the fence as per usual arrangement here at TowneBank Stadium. Chance of LBFC as we are nearing the 84th minute. 6 minutes left of regulation time, the last 6 minutes of regulation time in the regular season. It's been, shall we say, shaky at times, but this team, experienced, battle-tested, has come through when they had to. And a lot of contact. I believe that's Faye on the far side, down on the ground, rolling around, seems to be in some pain.
Come out there for the defender, and I think certainly 100% a yellow card. There's a lot of contact from behind, and really unnecessary, just holding onto the jersey and then ending up to swing the leg into Faye's legs, picking him up. Yellow card, free kick for Lionsbridge.
Another free kick in the 84th minute. 3-1 Lionsbridge. Lockie Faye at the ready, hands in the air. Faye sends it in. Wyatt was there. Kruchenkov. And it's finally cleared by the Marauders. And this time it's a Marauder just outside of the 6-yard box is down in pain on the ground.
His own goalkeeper didn't quite see. So it's just a lot of action inside the 18. So slow to get up. He's helped up by a teammate. Like his left leg bothering him just a little bit. George Kaloff, the center back, jogging away.
You got to give, I tell you one thing, if you're talking about the Marauders and the man in goal, Salah Suwane, done a pretty daggone good job here in the second half.
Certainly would have been an interesting game if we'd seen him possibly start this contest. Of course, nothing to take away from Viscuso, who had a great game, made some big saves. Suwane, though, again, has really kept this Lionsbridge side silent on the score sheet here in the second half.
Penalty and a foul called and a quick back to work for the Marauders, and Hermini well off his line, almost out of the box. Picks it up and is ready to send it back in. 86th minute. Last 4 minutes of the regular season ticking away. Team went through a interesting stretch. Kruchenkov, can he chase it down? And it's knocked out of bounds by Benjamin Torres. Went through an interesting stretch with 3 ties in 4 games and kind of got back on track with that 6-0 victory over Ole Sporting FC. Matthew Kirk, can he find the net? The feed and the header! Matthew Kirk with the assist and the goal!
Game debut for Jennings. He's able to there's that 3-goal lead for the Virginia coming up.
What a brilliant attack by Matthew Kirk. A goal and now an assist in this regular season finale. And any hopes of a spoiler for the Marauders looks like to be put to bed. Coleman Jennings. What a moment for that young man. not sure what they're cheering for louder or more, the goal or the free chicken sandwiches they just won.
TowneBank Stadium, and that's certainly one they're going to remember, as well as in the previous contest. I believe it was Chisholm scored that game-winning goal using his head as well. So 2 big headers and 2 big games.
And now you can all but wrap it up. The clock ticks away, 2 minutes and some change. That's all that separates this team from a three-peat, from a third straight Chesapeake Division crown. What a job Chris Wally and his staff have done. Oh, still more coming. Kruchenkov, can he get a foot on it? Contact, no penalty call. And now they change it. Here it comes. Initially, no whistle. A penalty called, and that'll mean a penalty kick coming.
It's a penalty. It is what it is. And it's not really going to change the outcome of this game by any means. Of course, the goal differential just eats up a little bit for Lionsbridge. But save your words. No need to argue with the official at this stage of the game.
'89th minute. Penalty called, and that'll mean a penalty kick for Denis Kruchenkov. Has scored a couple of times this year, trying to add to his tally. Already 4-1. Kruchenkov steps into it, and an easy penalty call for Kruchenkov. Make it 5-1.
Been denied that penalty kick. This time, he's able to get the call. Sam Hall's out on the field. Kruchenkov steps up. He delivers another goal for Lionsbridge.
You can start to feel it here. The trophy is in the building, and it'll be in the hands of Lionsbridge in just a few short minutes. 90th minute. Stoppage time, the only thing separating Lionsbridge, and officially a third straight title. Waiting to hear exactly the stoppage time that will be added as Christian Hatley is brought down. 90th minute, 5 goals. Denis Kruchenkov on a penalty. Jennings on a brilliant header delivered by this man, Matthew Kirk. An own goal that was started by Claudel Ngobu. Going back to the first half, Matthew Kirk with a nice right-footed strike. Has to be helped up, and the opening goal delivered on a penalty by the captain, Sam Hall, the all-time leading scorer in club history. The kids have lined up the gates, and these fans are ready for a celebration.
This was a fitting end to cap off the regular season. Kruchenkov starts this season with a goal against Virginia Beach United, and it seems like he'll close it out here.
Unless Kirk can add to it. 5-1, we're in stoppage time. Officials changing something before Kirk is able to put a foot into it.
Two players from the Marauders, for some reason, putting their pace that they aren't too close. There's a mark out on the field indicating 10 yards from the penalty mark. That's about 3 yards inside the field, not even at that line.
Kirk delivers, and nothing doing. I think these fans, of course, they would love to see any score as a fun score for Lionsbridge, but at this point, I think they're just ready to take the lid off this place and celebrate. Chris Wally, hands on his hips, is still coaching them up as we count down the seconds. 90th minute, we're in stoppage time.
Foster just picked up a yellow card there with a foul inside his own half. Maybe one last chance here for the Marauders. Lionsbridge able to take it away, head back down the other direction.
Ball out of bounds. The final whistle has blown on this 2024 regular season. The trifecta. Easy as 1, 2, make it 3. Chesapeake Division championships for Lionsbridge. Lionsbridge FC, once again, the Chesapeake Division champions. Fans in celebration mode here at TowneBank Stadium. So Austin, as we close out, we're going to get some thoughts from head coach Chris Wally and a few of the players down at the pitch, but let's put a bow on this regular season before they head into the playoffs. They're playing their best soccer at the right time, and they cap it off with another championship.
You said it best about 30 minutes ago. You said this season was shaky at times, and they mentioned they're heating up at the right time. They're chasing Wally around with the Gatorade, trying to give him a bath. Looks like he avoided that one for the most part.
I gotta say, he's still got some quicks.
Yeah, definitely. As Lionsbridge 3 draws in a 4-match span, but seemed like that was the kick in the pants that they really needed to turn this season and the rest of it into overdrive.
All right, Nathan Epstein and Austin Urch, we're going to step aside for the championship presentation here at TowneBank Stadium. Lionsbridge, after a 5-1 win, once again, Chesapeake Division Championship. Nathan Epstein and Austin Urch will step aside for the trophy presentation.
struggling to keep focused. Look, that team from the other side of the water was
think the division has been a lot stronger this year. We've got, I think, got more points than we've ever had, but we've got to fight for consistency. That's like life sometimes, that happens, isn't it? But yeah, we're really excited. Everyone's been teams who have always been around, so we're very proud of our board.
And you got the playoffs coming up. Last year you had a pretty magical run all the way to the championship game. What kind of a run? I'm keeping an eye on it for you. Don't worry about it. What kind of a run do you think you guys have as the playoffs get started this week?
Not sound cliche. We're just going to take it one day at a time. I think we're going to join tonight, and hopefully for England we're going to join tomorrow. We're really excited. All these fun back out to Town next week, and we'll see who we're going to play. But I don't think anybody's going to want to come and play us here.
Your head coach, Chris Raleigh. The all-time leading scorer in Lionsbridge history. You're wearing a championship shirt. How does it feel?
Like you say over there, it gets more special every year. We work hard all through the year, and like I say, we push through things, but I always know we'll get there in the end. So 3 times, baby.
3 times. I heard you say the coach a second ago, it wasn't always easy this year. You guys had to battle through some things, but in the end, what did you, especially as the captain, do to keep this team focused and to keep this team with eyes on the prize?
It's not just me. There's about 5 or 6 of us who played here last year, and also we played the year before that as well. So it's not just down to me, it's down to them as well. So massive credit to the other seniors in the team as well. But like I say, these guys who come in are full of experience themselves, so it's all up to the whole team job.
Playoffs are coming up, so these fans are going to be ready and charged up for some playoff action here at TowneBank. And what can they expect when the playoffs get started?
We've reached our potential yet. And like I say, we're going into the games now. It's knockout football, knockout soccer. We've got so much more to give. Obviously, we need you guys every single week. You guys are the 12th man. Obviously, without you, I don't think we can do this. So I appreciate it very much.
Let's hear it once again. 3-time Chesapeake Division champions. Let's hear it. We're going to go back up to Perry Woods, who has a special announcement. Go ahead, Perry.
All right, fans, we are very excited to reveal that Lionsbridge FC has been selected by the league to host the first and second rounds of the USL Sunday, July 23rd. We thank you for your support. If you purchase your tickets online tonight, you will automatically receive 15% off any weekend pass for Lionsbridge playoff tickets. Take advantage of this deal. You've got to order them tonight at lionsbridgefc.com/tickets. That's right, fans. The playoffs are here at TowneBank Stadium next Friday, July 19th, and Sunday, July 23rd.
guess tomorrow. Bye. Hey, sweetie, how was practice?
My mom was a cheerleader in school. She knows how intense it can be. That's why she always keeps me well fed.
Girls. Oh, hey, Miss J. Come on, team, we got this. Let's go. Hey, honey, have some.
I may have picked basketball over pom-poms, but Mom, I still got the world's best cheerleader rooting me on.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
The definition of a concussion is a transient change in neurological status related to some sort of traumatic injury that occurs to the body that presents through brain changes. Things such as headaches, neck pain, dizziness, not feeling right, emotionalness. Symptoms can last very long or very short. If you develop symptoms after some sort of injury that you feel may be a concussion, you should be evaluated by a medical professional who's trained in evaluating concussions.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts, but there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our Smart Checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your Smart Checking account today.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home. Scattered.
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollar's hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that silky, smoothie, creamy, dreamy Papa sauce. Give me that crispy, cuppy, holdy, foldy, pepperoni popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Crispy, cuppy, roni trio before it's gone. Papa John's.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact a local agent, Jimmy Fay, for your personal price plan today.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.